Let's get you some more global stories. Let's get tracking the top headlines this morning. Now, lukewarm trade to what we saw in Asia Pacific markets. This was led lower by that weak handover from Wall Street on Friday. And the pressure was seen in South Korean stocks this morning. Stocks on the Kospi and Kosdaq, they opened both the indices were faring lower today after the deadly Jeju airplane crash on Sunday, which claimed 170 lives. Now, the shares of Jeju Air, that one also plunged 13% at the start of the session. Meanwhile, a bird strike has emerged as the possible cause for the crash after officials have not revealed that air traffic controllers had in fact warned the crew about the bird strikes minutes before the crash took place. While the exact cause remains under investigation, the incident has drawn attention to one international airport's history with such incidents. In response to the tragic incident, Joe Biden has offered his condolences and said the US was ready to provide any necessary assistance. The country is in a 7-day national mourning period. In fact, we did have some more updates on this particular piece of news. Shreya has been tracking this news very closely. Let's go over to her.
South Korea is seeing one of its worst aviation disasters since 1997. The Jeju Airlines flight crash landing has cost 179 lives, out of which, as per the South Korean Fire Agency, at least 65 to 70 people have been identified, but the identities of the other victims still remain unknown. Now, what the experts are saying regarding the cause of this crash landing is initial reports suggest that it is due to bird strike. However, there are other aviation experts that believe that this is more than a bird strike. Both sides of the flight of the aircraft, they say, had inoperable gears, landing gears, and that could be a direct cause and one of the major direct causes of this crash that happened that killed so many people. Now, we will of course have to wait and watch when the black box details will come out. 2 black boxes have been retrieved from the aircraft. One is partially damaged. So we'll have to, wait at least a few weeks or months even to get to know the actual details and therefore the reason of the, this crash landing that happened. But of course, this raises questions as far as the safety of aircraft and flights are concerned around the world. This is, not the first such incident that has happened in aviation, a bird strike or inoperable landing gear causing such a crash and leading to so many deaths. We will, of course, have to wait and watch what the aviation experts suggest when the black box details are out. But so far as we know right now, investigation still ongoing. The bodies are still being retrieved. The aircraft still being closely, investigated, probed into, all of its parts being closely examined to understand what must have happened at that exact moment when the pilot had declared Mayday. As far as condolences are concerned, the world is pouring their condolences. In fact, the Indian ambassador to Korea, Mr. Amit Kumar, has also expressed and extended India's condolences to Republic of South Korea in this kind of painful time that the entire country is going through. A mourning period of 4 days has also been announced by the acting president of South Korea. So this is as far as the latest is concerned regarding this Jeju Airlines flight crash landing.
Radhan, that was the latest coming in on that deadly air crash as well, and that does raise a few questions. But moving on, then news flow from Russia, where energy giant Gazprom has said that it would be suspending gas exports to Moldova starting in 2025 due to unpaid debt, which is bracing for severe power cuts. Now, it also said that the company reserved the right to take any action, including terminating the supply contract with Moldova.
All right, now keeping it with Asia, the World Bank has gone ahead and raised its forecast for China's economic growth in 2024 as well as in 2024, but did warn that subdued household as well as the business confidence along with headwinds in the property sector would keep weighing it down next year as well. The World Bank now sees China's GDP growth at 4.9% this year. This is up from its June forecast of 4.8%. Although the growth for 2025 is also expected to fall to 4.5%. That is still higher than the World Bank's earlier forecast of 4.1%. Slower household income growth and the negative wealth effect from lower home prices are expected to weigh on consumption into 2025. This is what World Bank added.
Well, absolutely. Moving on then and shifting focus back to the United States, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen has warned congressional leaders that the federal government will hit its debt limit as early as Jan 14th unless the Congress takes action or her department implements extraordinary measures to avoid default. Now, these measures have been something that Yellen has been talking about for quite a while, and you do have Yellen's letter also that indicates that the looming debt ceiling fight and the new administration is likely to take place in the early months of next year after President-elect Donald Trump failed to get a provision raising or eliminating the debt ceiling tacked onto an end-of-year spending bill as well. So that's the latest coming in as far as that ceiling is concerned.
All right, another important commentary which is coming in from ECB. The next interest rate cut by the European Central Bank could be longer in coming after recent uptick in inflation. That's the word coming in from Governing Council member Robert Holzmann. Remember, the Eurozone annual inflation accelerated in November month to 2.2% from earlier 2.2% a month earlier. Now, ECB's 2% target rate, he also added that a likely scenario wherein Trump's tariffs may lead to an overall slowdown in growth, but also create inflationary pressure. But it all depends on the greenback appreciation, the euro via what we see, what how euro will fare out in time to come.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.